Yeah, and good information about that air quality that we got from Jody Myman.
What we're looking at here is a time lapse from our weather camera that is at the U of L campus. So this was the one where we were capturing it this evening. I have it through sunset there, and it restarts when I started to turn that camera. So this was beginning around 5:30. Of course, sunset this evening was at 5:40. So this time lapse is really just about an hour in the span of 30 seconds sped up there. But I mean, you can just see that plume of smoke, very, very dark, still seeing it as we continued to lose that daylight there. But as we mentioned, some good news in terms of the air quality. So we have a lot of air quality monitors across the Louisville metro area. Some of them are in Jefferson County. Some of them go up into southern Indiana as well. A lot of them actually still reading good levels, believe it or not. We really just have one that's in southern Indiana reading moderate air quality levels. So that's between 50 and 100. It's picking up on some of those fine particulates, which we can imagine a lot of times we get that if there is wildfire smoke or some kind of smoke in the air, obviously due to this crash and explosion from there. So once again, looking at moderate air quality, we're keeping a close eye on that. But in terms of wind speeds today, they've been coming in from the south, southeast, and as we mentioned, they have been fairly light. And even at this hour, we have wind speeds that are only around 5 miles per hour. So nothing all too high out there. So that's really not going to carry that smoke all too much, and really lighter winds really help out the crews that are on scene trying to keep this contained overnight. I also do have a look of that plume of smoke being caught on radar, and this often happens when there is any kind of fire or explosion, or even wildfires obviously get picked up on radar, and you can see that here on our Max HD radar being picked up during the 5 o'clock hour, spreading east northeast there at first, and then continuing to be pulled northward over into southern Indiana. So that's why we were seeing those shelter-in-place guidelines stretch farther northward, and then kind of a bit more contained now, thanks to that winds are light, and they're getting a better idea in terms of that smoke modeling. But as we mentioned, as we carry on into tonight, those wind speeds will pick up from the south and southwest, becoming gustier closer to sunrise, around 20 miles per hour. And then for our Wednesday, we'll be watching that closely, because heading into tomorrow, it's going to be a gusty day, winds coming in from the south and southwest. Some of those wind gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour. Doug and Connie.
We'll talk about real quickly, Mallory, what this changing weather we're getting ready to have midweek is going to do. If we want to go to Mallory real quick, and then we'll join Jose again, who's been interviewing more people at the airport. How this could impact the investigation. Is it going to need a large debris field and to be outside for quite a long time?
Right. I mean, you know, anytime you have gusty winds, that can really impact any kind of investigation or further firefighting protocol. Because, you know, as somebody, I've worked out west where we had a lot of wildfires and things of that nature. You want lighter winds so that fuels don't get spread. You know, we don't really know exactly what we're dealing with down there, but tomorrow it will get gusty. You know, we're not talking anything too high, but enough to kind of blow things around 30, 35 miles per hour. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We have several weather systems that will be diving through the area this week that can bring some of those particulates a little bit closer to the ground. So as I mentioned, air quality as of right now, good to moderate, but this could be an evolving situation that we just continue to keep an eye on throughout this week.
All right, Mallory, thank you so much.